Would you like to hear about every League Two transfer that's been completed so far in the nascent summer transfer window? Yes, you would. In alphabetical order, club alphabetical order. Starting with Accrington, 4 signings. Now, the goalkeeper is really interesting to me when it comes to Accrington Stanley. They love a loanee keeper. It's like 3 seasons where they've had one. 2 years ago, it was an absolute disaster. The keepers that they brought in were really poor in terms of their shot stopping, caused massive issues for them, and they struggled. Last season, they had Ollie Wright, and he was brilliant. And that alone made a massive difference to their goals against column. Louis Molden comes in. He's had a loan in the National League previously with Rochdale that went well. He's on loan from Norwich. If he can be a above average shot stopper for Accrington, that will be massive for them. If he's not as good as Wright was last year, Accrington could easily start to struggle more than they did last season with just that one change in net. So it's a high risk, potentially high reward approach that they've gone with. 2 centre-backs, Tom Moore from Southport. They love signing players from the National League North, and they've got a very good track record of doing it. I know nothing else about captain Tom Moore. Joe Anderson might actually be their captain at times. He is a very experienced centre-back. Joins from Barrow. Stefan Moles. Any relation to Michael Moles? He joins from Tamworth. Again, Accrington mining non-league for first-team contributors. Barnet have got quite a lot of work to do. They've lost quite a lot of the players that they've had over the last couple of seasons, and they've been active. Dean Brennan always pretty active. Tay Ashby-Hammond will be their goalkeeper. Zach Williams has joined, the former Crewe player who went up to Kilmarnock last season and did almost nothing. Craig Farquhar is a young centre-back from Palace that joins. Brandon Comley and Charlie Lakin, 2 midfielders that joined from Walsall. Comley sits deep. Lakin's more of a box-to-box. And Tom Knowles, who also used to play for Walsall, joins from Forest Green. I guess he'll be earmarked for a wing-back role in this Barnet system. And I'm excited for Isaiah Noel Williams, son of Gifton. Those who watch the National League have said for a while that he deserves a shot in the EFL. He's been playing for Hemel Hempstead, and he gets his shot, 23-year-old target man type centre-back at the top of the pitch to try and help Barnet finish off the chances that they create. Now, Bristol Rovers, Steve Evans, you'll be shocked. You'll be astounded to hear that they have signed 8 players already. Kofi Barmer was on loan. That's been made permanent. Tommy Lee joins as well. He was there last season. They've also added Ben Purrington, Kieran Kelly, Richie Smallwood, Tom James, just solid Steve Evans type defensive players, and Tom James will swing in 93 crosses per game, and that's good because he's good at crossing. Smart addition. Richie Smallwood in midfield, the general, the kind of the Jordan Henderson of League Two at this point.
Yeah.
And then the top of the pitch, a little bit of stardust in the form of Jack Aitchison, maybe, and Bobby Camwer.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, excited to see Bobby Camwer play for a better, well, feasibly a better team. Newport last season, he was a huge part of their survival story, had a huge role to play at the back end of the season, as we'll remember, with some incredible goals, famous penalty miss. So, he's someone that I think could be very good. Right-footed player on that left wing, kind of technically good delivery, scores great goals. Excited to see him. But as you say, it's very Steve Evans this. It feels like he has built a team of a lot of just loads of League Two minutes and kind of good League Two minutes. I think they're going to be a decent side next season.
Cheltenham, just up the road. Quite active so far. Now they've got quite a lot of work to do because their squad is skin and bones. I think they've got only a dozen players over the age of 20. I don't think Steve Cottrell will mind that. And it looks like under the newish ownership of Mike Garlick, they've got a bit more budget because last season I was very worried about them. This season they've signed Piers Sweeney from Exeter, which feels like a really good get for them. Joe Tomlinson, the fullback from MK, which feels like a good get for them, albeit I'm remembering the good times from 2 or 3 seasons ago, not so much the tough times that he's had in the last year or two. Jordan Shipley, lefty midfielder from Port Vale, versatile, can play left wing back feasibly as well. And then the one that I like a lot is Charlie McCann, central midfielder from Barrow. Now McCann's like, poor bloke. He came down from Rangers to Forest Green, and in 3 of his 4 seasons in English football, he's finished bottom of the league. Back to back with Forest Green as they finished bottom 2 seasons in a row. And then last season, he went on loan to Barrow. They ended up finishing 24th. I'm confident that's not because McCann's a bad player. I think he's a good player that's been in bad situations. He's a ball player in midfield, really technical, impressive. Got 11 goals in his one positive season for Forest Green in the National League. Joins Cheltenham, who their possession metrics kind of surprised me last season. It turns out they were actually one of the teams that held onto the ball more and played among the most sort of long passing sequences. So I think it makes sense to have someone like McCann in the team. Good signing for them. Still work to do. Chesterfield, Junior Eccleston steps up from Sutton. And George McEachran moves across from Grimsby to play in the centre of the park. Classic Paul Cook, diminutive central midfielder type to replace Sammy Braybrook. Collier have signed Sean Raggett. He reunites with the Cowley brothers, who he's played for on at least 2 occasions before. Hasn't had a great year or two, Sean Raggett, but we know what he can do if he is still able to do it. Now, Crawley have signed some amazing surnames.
Yeah.
Priestley Farquharson, we know and love. Pele Arganese McDermott.
Why not?
From Tottenham. And Stephen Duke McKenna.
Thank you.
The Duke, the Farquharson, and the Arganese Pele McDermott. No, I've done that in the wrong order.
Arganese Pele McDermott. Nice to meet you. Pele
Arganese McDermott. That's my bad.
Okay.
We will not say his name wrong from this point onwards.
So his first name is Pele.
Mm.
That is class.
Crewe have signed Maradona Gibson. No, but that is what Jordan Gibson probably calls himself to his friends. Go on.
I just can't believe he's called Pele Arganese McDermott. Pele.
Yep. Crewe have signed Jordan Gibson. And he should give them some X factor on the wing. Very inconsistent player, but has a lot of quality. And Luke Offord, former Crewe Academy player, returns. How often do Crewe Academy players not have as much fun elsewhere? He's back where he belongs. Gwion Edwards has joined Exeter. I actually didn't realise Gwion Edwards still played. He's only 33, but obviously has struggled with injuries. Has been with Morecambe, but we know can be an effective wide player and obviously experienced. But it doesn't feel like a big needle mover, nor does Josh Gordon, who they've signed Exeter to play at the top of the pitch. Work rate 20, finishing 5 in Football Manager terms. Fleetwood have signed Danny Andrew. If I'm honest, I thought he already played for Fleetwood. And Josh Thomas, who's a young Welsh striker from Swansea, who'll look to kickstart his career with Fleetwood. Gills, 5 signings. How will Gareth Ainsworth build Gills to be a better team next season after so many seasons of underwhelming performance? Liam Gordon comes in from Motherwell, a centre-back. Zayn Albarus, a midfielder from Brighton. Kadeem Harris, a winger from Salford. James Brophy, a winger from Cambridge. And Will Goodwin, a striker from Oxford. What do they get with Will Goodwin?
Hard to say, really. He didn't have a great time last season at Colchester, but he's a target man. He's pretty good in the air. He can move pretty well for a big guy. He's had injury issues. It wasn't long ago that he was impressing at League One level for Cheltenham. There's a player in there, but it does feel like his impact is dwindling as each injury goes by.
Grimsby. 4 signings. Aidan Pruti was highlighted by Ryan Deeney on NTT20.com, National League expert, as someone that was worth a step up. He gets it with Grimsby. Joe Folks does the same from Kidderminster, a right back. And then 2 strikers. Andy Cook is back at Grimsby, made his loan permanent. And another target man, Josh Andrews. Baby Zigic was his nickname back in the day. He's very tall, joins from Gillingham. Makes me think Grimsby are going to play quite direct into the target man, which we didn't actually love about their play towards the back end of last season. But hey, now's not the time for negativity. It's the 2nd of July. Cameron Norman, still in League 2. He'll be playing for Newport next season at right back. Dan Sassy joins, as well as Carl Cameron, 2 centre-backs from Blackpool and Bromley for Newport. Harrison Biggins had a good loan there and is a good addition. Kieran Evans has joined from Eastleigh. He was there before as well. Yaya Bamba from Forest Green. Shaq Gwengwe from Poole. And Christian Doidge from Forest Green.
Welcome
Newport
home.
Have signed a lot of players. And then, having signed a lot of players, Christian Fuchs resigned. Doesn't...
But hit a nice 6 playing cricket.
Doesn't bode that well. Then went viral for hitting a big maximum. Good stuff. Zach Geacock has signed for Northampton. He will be their goalkeeper or backup goalkeeper. TBZ. They've also signed Janoy Donassian, versatile right-sided centre-back from Chesterfield, and James Maxwell. What a player, the left-back from Doncaster. Harvey Saunders will play at the top of the pitch for Northampton. Their signings, I wouldn't say, reflect great ambition or at least deep pockets. Oldham. I'm quite excited about Oldham. Aston Wilson, the goalkeeper from Barnsley. Gus Scott Morris. Double S at the end of that. Never seen that before in a Morris. Scored 17 goals playing right back for Southend last season and 17 goals the season before.
Wow.
How many goals are you going to score for Oldham? 20?
17.
Never seen anything like that apart from James Tavernier up in Scotland. Pretty excited about that. Right back was a problem spot for them last season. Ollie Norman joins to be the Jordan Henderson of Oldham next season, just getting it, keeping it tidy in midfield, providing experience and leadership, and a lot of yellow cards. Keenan Appiah-Forson is a really lively centre midfield type that Ryan Deeney also loves and wrote about on NTT20.com, joins from Southend. I like the look of Oldham. They've also signed Elliot Nevitt to work hard up front. Will the goals flow? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't for Elliot Nevitt. Port Vale, Jackson Smith as a goalkeeper. He was excellent for Grimsby last season. That's got to be a good addition. Jasper Moon, probably pretty solid as well, the centre-back. Matthew Craig, midfielder from Spurs. That's got to be pretty good. Carl Dempsey, attacking midfielder from Bolton. If he's fit, that's got to be pretty good. Quite a nice start to the window for Vale. Fabio Tavares joins Rotherham from Burton. Sort of lively, skillful, quick attacking player. Their only signing so far. They've got a lot of work to do and have now appointed Alex Bruce to take the reins. Salford have signed Will Norris and Sam Long, 2 goalkeepers. Will Ameson, experienced centre-back from Wigan. Joe Powell, experienced midfielder from Rotherham. Ibi Odo has joined Salford, the winger. And Shrews have signed plenty as well. Byron Pendleton and Arkell Jude Boyd, both right-sided defenders. Jude Boyd, very attack-minded. Pendleton joins youngster from Birmingham. And then Isaac Fletcher shoots arrows. Used to play for Barrows. Scores goals from midfield. And has joined Shrewsbury, quite like that. Josh Davison, the Labrador up top, has joined from Tranmere. George, Swindon have signed an Oxford player. What? That shouldn't happen.
Well, specifically, he was released by Oxford and then signed for Swindon. We did not deal with them. Stefan Negru has gone to Swindon. I think it's a good signing. He's a player that had massive potential when he first came in. At League One level, played quite a lot. Had a really good first loan. And I just don't know what's happened in the last couple of seasons. I mean, he wasn't helped by going to Tranmere last season, which was not a particularly good place for his development. Very old school defender, not very good on the ball, but aggressive in his duels. Proper kind of old school, not necessarily one. It doesn't seem a great fit for a Holloway team to me, maybe, because he's not going to be very good. They like to generally play, and he's not a great player, but he's a good player.
He's played so many different styles under Holloway. I actually don't know what his.
Maybe they're going to lump it. But yeah, how dare he? He's not welcome back in Oxford anytime soon. I can tell you that for free.
I wonder if that's the first time the phrase "how dare he" has ever been said.
How dare he?
10 years. I mean, they're definitely going to lump it, by the way, if they've got Ollie Palmer and the returning Harry Smith.
Smudge.
They've also signed Mitch Clark. Quite like that. Matty Virtue. Fine. Solid. Decent start to the window for Swindon, I think. Tranmere have signed Joel Senior, right back from Bristol Rovers. Jacob Slater, left back from Brighton, who was on loan at Harrogate last season. So that's fullbacks covered for them. Tom Conlon, centre mid. We like him at the level, but good God, he's had a tough time with injuries. Tom Conlon. Walsall. They're losing quite a lot of players. They need to replace them and give Lee Grant a squad to work with. James Connolly, solid defender, joins from Crewe. Lewis Simper from Sutton has earned himself a step up after a good few years at National League level. Goal-scoring midfielder. Sven Sprangler gets himself a move, having done all right at Newport second half of last season as a defensive midfielder. And Andy Dallas, pretty good goal return, you have to say, and a hard worker at National League level. Hasn't quite translated to the EFL yet. Maybe it will at Walsall. We finish off with the newcomers. Flashing the cash, York City, like we thought they might, George. They've signed 7. Zach Johnson and Charlie MacArthur and Zach Medley, all centre-backs, all pretty young. I think Medley's probably the oldest there. From Sunderland, from Newcastle, from Fleetwood. They've signed Mark Shelton from Barnet, midfielder. They've signed Frankie Maguire, an attacking midfielder from Boston, and Deepo Akinyemi, who they had previously. He rejoins the club from Derry. But the standout for you, Hey Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur Reed, who's been like one of the standout midfielders in League Two for a long time. Huge player for Colchester. The expiry of his contract has moved to York City. He's just very good. He's someone who offers a lot of thrust in the middle of the park. Box-to-box player who, in terms of assessing York's quality and who they're able to bring in and their ambition for this season, I think going out and getting a guy who's been a key player for an established League Two side with big ambitions themselves is a pretty good marker to lay down. And yeah, early signs suggest that York aren't coming up just to stick around. They'll be looking to be at the top end.
Did you like this type of content? It's a lot of players, and we've not gone into detail on all of them, but we've tried to give a few thoughts and reflections and a bit of information. It's quite fun to do. Is it fun to watch or listen to? Let us know. We might be able to do more of them. The good thing is, if you like reading and you like transfers, NTT20.com provides the best EFL transfer coverage. We don't really deal in rumour. We're not trying to play on your emotions for clicks, for business reasons. What we like to do is take a bit more time on our content, write about deals that have happened, do some scouting, do some thoughtful rebuilds, spend a lot of time putting together good work, and then sending it to you for you to read 2 or 3 times a week. I think you'd like it. So head to nct20.com and become a subscriber and see. Cheers. Go well.